Hey, so welcome back to the Outdoors Maryland project. Today we're going to be exploring a river gorge on the northwest branch of the Anacostia River, right by Route 29. If you've driven on Route 29, you've probably seen the massive dam. We're south of that section today. I'm less familiar with this side. I'm usually used to fishing up north of 29 because it's deeper. There's a lot more fishing spots. But down here, we're in a very narrow river gorge, lots of waterfalls, lots of history too. So we're going to start seeing what we can find down here today. See right up there, that's Route 29. It starts to narrow down into this more creek-like setting. And we're gonna be heading down here, right down this waterfall, some large rocks. Here is very rocky. Like, look at this right here. This is definitely not maybe like handicap friendly or good for little kids. Definitely requires some good sneakers. Also a lot less trash on this side, implying that there's a lot less people that have been down here. Here's our first sort of rapid coming down here. Looks like it's about to get a lot bigger. But yeah, we're also about to go up in elevation here. Trail's very rocky, very rooty. So we really haven't gone that far, just around this bend, and we've already found this massive waterfall here. Completely different than what it looks like upstream, where it's just a slow river. So we're gonna keep exploring. So while I'm way up here above the river, I figured I'd take this opportunity to talk about, why is this gorge here? There's another place really like this in this area. That's because we're on the fall line right now, and the fall line is right where the Piedmont Plateau, most of central Maryland, DC area, Baltimore, becomes the Atlantic coastal plain, which is a lot more sand, a lot more farming that you see, near the Chesapeake Bay. And that extends all the way to the Atlantic Ocean. So you have a really dramatic incline right here where elevation kind of shoots up, goes into the Piedmont Plateau before you move out into, western Montgomery County and Sugarloaf Mountain and all that before you get to the Appalachian Mountains. So that's why this is here. That's why all these rocks are here. So as we go farther down the trail here, we'll probably see the river widen out, calm down a little bit as we get into some flatter terrain. Just look at this. We are way above everything right now. Really good view of the stream valley down there. This beach right here, see what we can look at. I know that they also stock this river with trout in the spring as well, so we're getting kind of close to that season. This might be a place to consider coming back or fishing. Looks like there's a pretty big pool here below the rapids. Yeah, a lot of deep water here. Pretty clear actually too. We'll have to come back here after they stock it with trout. Okay, so I just came to this little beach area sort of here, and I started noticing a lot of pieces of really old brick. Here's one right here, one of the better ones I found. And so I started looking a little bit in the rocks, and I found two really cool old pieces of pottery. So I don't really know how old this one is, but that's definitely a piece of an old, probably a pot. And then this one's the clearest. You can actually still see the pattern on it right there. Just a shard, and I'm pretty sure this is a really old piece too, because you can see the back is all grimy, started to turn brown. So I don't know how to date stuff like this. I think maybe 1920s, early 1900s. That's when there was a lot of development in mills and stuff along here. So I wouldn't be surprised if it's that old. It's a really cool find though. Haven't really found anything like this out here before, so something cool. So as we keep walking here, I'm just going to keep giving a little history about this place because there is a lot of it. So before colonization, there were lots of Native American tribes in the area. And all these rocks, as you can see behind me, sort of perched over the river, were very similar purposes to Rock State Park up in Harford County, if you've ever been there. The Susquehannock Indians gathered there. It wasn't that tribe here. I don't remember what the tribe was. But as we move into the 1700s, 1800s, the entire Anacostia River was very industrialized to the point where it started changing its pathway that it took. And turned it into a completely river than what it looks like today. So this section of the river is actually considered the most accurate to what it used to look like before people settled along its banks. Right as we get to another really massive, really pretty waterfall right here. Again, massive rocks on either side, tons of driftwood everywhere from all the floods that we've had here. And then to the point where this was turned into a water treatment plant and a hydroelectric Dam. That's the dam that you see up on the road. Don't know. Yeah, very rocky right here. Definitely not very friendly. And then that was shut down. And then in the 1930s, I think it was, I'm not really sure when the time period was, but Rachel Carson, really famous naturalist, who wrote a book called Silent Spring. It was instrumental in banning a lot of pesticides, including DDT, which you might have heard about in reference to bald eagles. Really influential in getting that banned. And she actually lived just up that hill over there, and wrote the book sort of about this place. It was one of her inspirations, one of the places she came. So kind of cool that such an influential piece of American history was sort of written around here. Lots of things people don't know about this place. Pretty steep trail right here. Watch your footing. Wider, a lot shallower, a lot calmer here. We're starting to get out of the river gorge a little bit. I'm not seeing really any boulders along the sides anymore, so we must be getting more towards the coastal plain, sandier soil. See this massive wooden walkway here, and that's because they're fixing a pipeline and they're using this to get all their machines back here. Not too great for the scenery, but still proves that we're going down in elevation right now. So I'm actually standing on top of a mini waterfall right now. You can see down there's the main creek. Look at this right here. This is really cool. Just erosion working its way here. That's what it looks like right there. It's really pretty. Little things like this, a lot of people just don't know about.